catch out the Ogre with a little bit of a blast. And Flo continues to run circles around the trees, avoiding the OD as long as possible. And the Wisp dives right on past and forward and is barely able to etch away. The meanwhile is the Storm Spirit able to get the takedown of the Ogre. It's a deep committed dive. And as I said, you know, with how things are working out in this bottom lane, and now that we'll definitely be seeing probably some jungle play, this Ogre doesn't really have to be tied down by any lane, and he's going to begin to move around. He does need to get some XP. He's only level 2, so we'll see what happens here. A jump for the Bat Rider. Can they get close enough? They couldn't get close enough for the X. He goes for a blind torrent. That does not connect, and suddenly the Ogre shows himself, and they make some work done. We'll take down the Kunkka. FlipSid will pull ahead now 3-1. Yet. Finally, Ogre steps in, puts his sights onto the Nyx Assassin, holds him in a bit. Not enough. Sudoi can't get close enough to get the last slash, and he's going to be going down. Oh, a little bit over eager on that one, and a good jump in from the Storm. And now Yellow Submarine's looking for a potential turnaround play, but rotation has come from FlipSid, and now this doubling the CS game of the Storm, while the Storm has now been kind of moving around a bit. And, well, it does look like they've been able to cross paths with Vanscore. And an X into a simple, isolated Omni Slash is really all it takes. So with 2 kills now, which certainly helps out. You know, CS isn't necessary for that. And his jungle game is continuing to really be on the up and up. Meanwhile, mid lane, Shachlo steps in with his real first lasso of the game and is going to be able to get connection there. Pulling back Artez leads to him being, well, a burn victim. He gets blasting. I love that he's taking the safer spot in the low ground, but that's why too. They still won't be able to get the jump, but hey, it's just a coddle at the end of the day, and he'll be happy if he has to tank the game. That's a fun little thing. I mean, you got to make sure when you're a coddle and you're doing stacks and you don't know the jump from the Ursa. Not going to be followed up by a whole lot to get the Vortex pull. A force back in. Boat right on through. Bit of an awkward fire from both fronts, and it seems like that may be the end of it. But Chase is had here. They have the X, they have the pullback, but there's going to be the self-Astral. We'll dodge it out. He's waiting with the Torrent, though, and it will also be not quite connecting properly. Pull back X after the Omni Slash. Ogre takes it, but then will quickly fall with 1 auto attack after. Turns into a 3-for-0 trade. All Yellow Submarine. The biggest action we had seen so far, but then was quick to try to make it out from how deep he dove. But we'll see if a response will be there. Shachlo with the pullback lasso play leads it to a Blade Fury. Artez looking to make a hasty retreat. A good X will force the Ursa back towards the tower and will allow Yellow Submarine to kind of totally step off. But the Kunkka boat will fly. He's living on. The rum is a-shaking, and he's going to be fine. Meanwhile, Vanscore not going to be so fortunate. Tried to do the tether out, but he's not going to get it. Here goes the OD, dropping down the hammer, but it's not going to be good. It's just a mighty weak mallet at this point in time. Sudoi's back in the action now. He gets a brief save from the Astral, but it's still not going to be good for him in the end. He pops right back out. He will be going down. Are they going to continue moving forward here? Both Bat and the OD feeling pretty confident. Flame Break is going to be a bit short. And a very weak and wounded Yellow Submarine squad will hustle themselves back inside the base. Yeah, FlipSid are able to rotate themselves back to the bottom for a bit of a response play, but they still lose a lot for it. And they're not done yet. Ogre's still hanging around, so Storm is back and he jumps in. And he just takes the Ogre and sends him into the Shadow Realm. Oh my god, this Nyx Assassin almost has an active scepter. Bloodstone already done. Alright. I mean, items are coming on in here for Yellow Submarines. They are going to get the grab. They pull Artez to the high ground here, but he goes promptly for the Blade Fury TP out, and he's good and gone. Heads actually all the way back to the fountain here. The rest of his team will continue the fight, and they look to make a go connection here for the Ogre. It will get a good boat. He's out, and with Yellow Submarine moving in, they might think about making a go for the Roche, but they're not done making chase. Right on top of the hill here is going to be Sudoi. Tries to muscle his way right on forward here. A lot of damage onto the coddle, but still going to be fine. Finally, he'll be able to get the catch up, and we'll be able to get the finish. But OD not going to be so blessed here. Storm moves in, but Storm is low on mana. They will be able to get their job done. Vanscore is going to be going out. They go for Sudoi next. Can they get enough to stop him? A Flame Break will bump them back. Artez is trying to rush on through, but ends up almost burning himself for it. Jump in. Earthshock is going to miss. Can't quite get the connection. Now he's limping his way all the way back and somehow makes it into the safe zone. Flame Break is there. Flo's going to begin to burn, and he will be caught out. Chase has had here from FlipSid, hoping to make Yellow Submarine pay. And we will be at 9-11 there. Yellow Submarine end up losing high ground. And well, speaking of the devil, being chased around once again by 3 here. Tries to Blade Theory and make it away, but he has nowhere to run. He just pulls out a desperate Omni Slash. A relocate to pull them away from trouble. And he's going to be fine, but here comes the rest of the team. Sadoi's going to be caught right in the middle of the mix, and Astro will help keep him alive, but at the end of it, he will go down, and it does not matter. Now looking to move on in. Here's his Yellow Submarine looking for the revenge, but they're going to get it beaten down here. Look at this OD, begin to go to work. Bops down 1, bops down 2, gets the double kill. And is not done there. Moves in, gets the triple. Nice little cleanup there at the end, finishing off the keeper. And now, as mighty as ever, FlipSid. Well, a hell of a fight. What a cute little sidestep there from Vanscore, able to avoid the serious Omni Slash play there from Artez. It looks like they had already taken hasty retreat. Pop of the Carapace is going to be a bit too late to make connection for the Flame Break, but they are going to be able to make the jump on the back of the Storm Spirit. They get the connection for the OD just as fast as able to pull together that triple kill. Yes, Yellow Submarine will be able to pull back that bounty. Close. If that took a little bit longer, FlipSid might have been in a position where they would not have been able to jump back out from. Storm, though, committing in very deep, very hard, goes right into getting lassoed up. Now, he did pick up that Aegis, so he might just lose his first life as fast as he got it. But after a deep dive, they're able to get the Wisp down. They blast on 4. The Ogre's soon to fall. Now they're going to get the OD. It's all worth it as they come stampeding down this mid lane. Yellow Submarine begin to sink lower into the bottom of the ocean. As they lose 4 all day, Yellow Submarine should be able to... Did I see Yellow Submarine sinking in the bottom of the ocean? Yellow Submarine ain't sinking. They're floating. They're flying high. What the hell am I talking about? Yellow Submarine with the big plays there will take the lives of 4 and be able to move on for a 2. 16 seconds for the OD to even be up. And Storm ain't about waiting. He's moving in. He's looking to go for the Wisp. He has the Aegis, so what does he care? He's a badass. Jumping in, looking to get the job done. He does get lassoed up, but it forces the lasso out, and he still doesn't die. They're going to be able to get that Wisp down, no problem. And soon after, it looks like they might get Artez. He had been diving in. He does not have the luxury of being a Storm Spirit and jumping right back out or walking away or having the extra life. So maybe a bit too greedy. Finish for the OD. Still has that Aegis. No real focus on the racks quite yet. There's going to be the move. It's for Artez. They get the lasso to get the pullback, but the boat will fly forward here. Helps with the rum and mitigating everything up. So Artez is going to be good. He's running away, but he gets spanked. Right, the last hit is going to be there. Sadoi. Nice quick last second jump. Puts him back inside. Storm goes right back to work, though. Still with a second life. They will get the ranged racks down. And it looks like both of them will end up dropping at the end of the day. Oh, look at that. Storm gets recalled in, and then he makes the jump and catches out the Wisp from behind. The whole smoke gank has been totally debunked. Right as they're making their move towards the top, the Yellow Submarine crew roll in from behind. Beautiful recall sends the Storm back, allows him to make the jump setup. As the Ursa wants to run in, they just totally sidestep him all together, and his full BKB and his full ulti is pretty much used for nothing. Now they'll turn their sights onto him. They'll pull him back in. They'll torn him up. They'll bring him on down. The OD will be falling next. And I imagine the towel to be thrown in not much further ahead at the rate that this is going. For the love of God, I'm sorry. Hard jump in from Storm. He's got Vanscore, man. He has had Vanscore's number all game, as most Storms probably would love. So, what really more can you do about it? It looks like game number 1 is going to be set here for the Yellow Submarine crew. It is still a 2-game series after all, but I gotta say, I feel like 3 times I've seen Wisp games and 3 times I've seen it not succeed. Jump in, immediate Yules onto Sadoi. He is going to be able to catch out Artez with the help of the lasso setup there. Here comes FlipSid, doing the best they can with what is got to be their final Harava defense. After the BK piece will expire, though, allows the Storm Spirit to move right back in and goes certainly to work. And boom! After a mighty drop of the OD, an emphatic closure will be had. Good game has been called. It's going to be Yellow Submarines who take game number 1.